Hola chicos, Bling Tiger 23 here, and today I just want to talk about that. I noticed that I have getting my channel slowly growing on YouTube. Thanks for the few subscribers. Shout out to the guy Gaming Boom, even though he's young and he's got a small amount of subscribers. I'm gonna help him grow a channel. Don't forget that I'm also a true gamer, and I just want to give you guys a little heads up that when I deleted my old TikTok account, L Bowser 23, I know it wasn't going viral enough to go Kim Kardashian to break the internet. I just started to realize that nobody out there cares about me recreating an account. There's like some people out there, like say 99.9% of people, don't care about me because whenever I do new TikTok videos, they don't get much views or love because people have changed, and I was like, wow, that literally blew my mind. And can we just talk about this one YouTube channel that my nephew Ricky that I mentioned in that short before? Yeah, he usually watches DDE, and that guy has too much profanity censoring. It's like, what's wrong with profanity? Like, YouTube is taking away our privilege of not saying anything. Like, we can't say anything that's violent related in hate speech. Like, bunch of anti-profanity Karens and shit. Like what I'm saying right now. They're just scared to lose money because they're like scared to lose money for Congress and shit. Like, what's wrong with that? I mean, if I had a website that allows people to say profanity and real freedom of speech, don't look at me like I'm the villain. If anybody who sees me as a threat, I'm actually fighting back to claim back the freedom that they took away from us. Real freedom of speech, real freedom of everything that people come up with these dumb laws all over the freaking country, man. And look at me. I live in the United States. Oh. And chicos, yo también hablo español. Yo también tengo familia en Zacatecas. This is para ti. En Juchipila, Zacatecas. Me estoy hablando porque yo vivo aquí en Estados Unidos y yo quiero ser como un jugador para hacer videos para ustedes. Yo también juego. Well, yeah, I speak Spanish fluently. Yo juego juegos como Apex Legends. Well, Apex Legends. Yo juego. Bueno, yo juego el clásico que toda la gente en. Mi gente en Zacatecas juegan. El clásico Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Ese es el clásico que nadie conoce. Bueno, yo también juego, bueno, diferentes juegos. Yeah. I'm also bilingual in Spanish, so here are the games I play that I want to record live on my Facebook or Facebook page. If I ever did have a PC and a capture card, I still promise them that. Like, I do play Apex Legends, but I never touched the game ever since, and I realized I don't have good skill no more like I did when it first came out. That hit me deep, okay? And let's also not forget that I also play the classic Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, like I mentioned earlier. I play Minecraft, I play Fall Guys. Well, I do, but I also play a little bit of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the new Super Mario Bros. Wonder that just came out last year. And it's kind of funny. Speaking of Nintendo related content, I overheard a comment on Facebook. Like, if you ever open up your Facebook and read the Facebook post, that's an article about that talks about the guys that did Gary's mod. They're saying that they were going to remove Nintendo related content, and people were so butthurt. Like, I'm also upset too, man. I'm not really like that upset to make a joke about. Like, that's kind of sad though. You guys ever seen SMG4? Yeah, I heard another comment that stated that the dude's getting the SML treatment because they're saying that, oh, it's legit that they're removing anything that's Nintendo related content on Gary's mod. Like anything Super Mario, Legend of Zelda, Kirby, or anything related. Yeah. They're saying that all that is just basically gonna get taken down because it doesn't really benefit them. I know how upsetting that was. I mean, it feels like it hits deep when I saw that movie, The Anchorman. You guys see that movie too, right? I know if any of my viewers out there haven't seen it. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to leave a like. And if you're one of those people who are watching this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button whenever you feel like you want to or not, because I noticed that 99% of the people who are not subscribed are watching this video, and the 1%, I rarely get a 1 in a million chance of getting a new subscriber. So yeah, I analyzed the I analyzed my analytics on my YouTube Studio app. Thanks for the guys that created it. And yeah, and the wild part about it, when I noticed it, I heard like this whole story behind this SML videos, like the SML channel. Yeah, it was going through that whole thing where Nintendo lost them and all. And back to that Facebook comment, what I read about, dude, it was so wild. I literally understand what the dude was saying. He's saying that Nintendo's being the butt of the joke. No offense, Nintendo, but you kind of are being the butt of the joke. But hear me out. If I didn't get a chance to be casted in a future video game movie adaptation role and shit, like, I know I'm a Mexican born American, but please, I'm just fighting back to fight for my dreams to become a reality here, okay? I want to be like a good gamer recording his live streams and a comedian, right? And yeah, I do want to like still be an awesome actor and shit. But that doesn't stop me though. I still fight for it. Like, I just want to be heard because of what's going on right now. Like, when I heard about those comments about Nintendo taking down Nintendo related content in Gmod, yeah, we all like your games. We all love the company, but not Nintendo mainly because it ended up being the butt of the joke. You ever seen those funny memes about Super Mario Bros. Wonder? Yeah, they took them down because they were butthurt about it. And it's like, wow, looks like they finally showed their true color, being a wannabe Disney here. They didn't want their precious beloved Mario being public domain like Mickey Mouse over here. I mean, they're starting to act like it, man. It's like, oh, no offense to those guys. I love the company. It's just I don't like how they're the butt of the joke either. And also, bueno, um, yo quiero decir que yo también tengo ganas de hacer videos en vivo para este canal de mi YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, let's not forget I also have a Twitch channel here. It's the same name as this account. And, well, I know it sounds kind of crazy if you think about it. And say, Bling Tiger, what are you going to do if you don't get a chance to keep your promise and wanted to become a gamer doing some funny related content for your channel? Well, if I ask my viewers one thing, is that I'm not going to give up on that because I'm still getting paid because I know it sounds wrong to say this, but I have a disability where they say that I'm autistic, but not in a bad way, but like I have autism, but in a really good way. Other people have different autism, like they're bad ones and there's good ones. And I get paid through Social Security, like I'm getting a stimulus check every beginning of the month. And I want to invest my money on getting a laptop or a full-on computer with a cool new monitor so I can actually do some, like, do gaming and stuff like that. So I can actually analyze. I could also do some cool new art if I ever had a cool laptop to show digital. Like, that's too bad that I deleted my X account. And yeah, it's like, I wish things were back the way they were, but it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, and then when I checked on Facebook, it kind of feels like everybody reacting with a haha reaction on those news articles about like anything in entertainment or music, like celebrities. It's like they're acting like everything is a joke, and I'm like, yeah, it kind of feels like that part of social media is dead. Like how they say that comedy's dead. Not really. It's just that you don't believe it. Seeing is believing. I can still be funny, like Gabriel Iglesias. I know he's old. I'm still a Fluffy fan. And I know Jack Black's kind of funny too, compared to Jim Carrey. Like, I'm Jim Carrey weird, yeah. And I'm also a good singer too. No offense, but I noticed that Jack Black's fan base and Taylor Swift's fan base is like the same thing because they're both the same toxic celebrities. And I bet one of the guys in Tenacious D used to date Taylor Swift because I noticed the Facebook page saying that, oh, somebody's starting celebrity beef over here. I bet you one of them used to date Taylor Swift. I think Blackies and Swifties are the same thing, worshiping the same kind of celebrity. It's like, I mean, if you hear that part, please don't get butthurt or take it the wrong way. I just see that, and they're just like how they see the Kardashians the same way being worshipped. But I know it's kind of funny, but when you think about it, it's like, has the world gone mad? Tell me this isn't a joke, is it? And that's like literally my point of view, seeing that in perspective, and it's like, yeah, like I understand that. Who knew that this whole TikTok ban fiasco is just whack, dude? It's just a bunch of old farts getting butthurt over some guy who created it, making more money than them. I mean, no offense to Congress, it just feels like a senior center having people sitting around doing nothing by getting paid to make political rights of whether it's freedom or not, to pass the legislation bill as senators they are. Like, I get it. You're just a bunch of butthurt old farts scared that those guys are going to make more money than you. Who cares? You're just taking away our real privilege of freedom, that we can't say profanity in YouTube and we can't say anything that's not really there. Back then, when I was in the early 2000s to 2010, everything was good. And then years later, after 2010, everything was really good. But then I felt a certain disturbance in the universe where things weren't really going good and smoothly how it used to. It was slowly turning into shit until people started to realize that this whole made-up conspiracy theory woke resurfaced. Even though I looked up the term of woke, it's basically an old 18th century or 19th century saying that came around back in the 1800s or 1900s. But when I looked at it, it died down, but then it resurfaced all the way back into 2017 after Trump became president in late 2016. And that's when that term woke resurfaced since 2017, when they say everything's racist. And it's like, do they really want to resurface that word again and relive the past from history? I mean, take a look at the people getting butthurt over like the Mario movie just because they're hating on it. They hated on it because they repeated the same mistake like 93. No offense to the guys who are a fan of that franchise. I mean, I did like the movie, but the writing was still terrible. But in reality, it felt like the creator of that franchise just repeated the same mistake in history, but different results. He was hoping for good taste in quality cinema for the movie, but it didn't surpass it. It did get billions. Okay? The Super Mario Brothers reboot of the movie did get billions, but did it surpass the taste of quality cinema and positive reviews? No. It just repeated the same mistake because reboots are a bad idea. They were just wanting for your money. And yeah, I heard that people were paid to hate on the film by talking shit about it. And for real, I heard, it's just a rumor that I heard from someone's comment on social media somewhere. And it's like, yeah, they're saying that, oh, people were getting hate by it. And I know the reason why. They were doing it for money, not for the audience's attention. That's why reboots aren't a good idea. If I were Mr. Miyamoto himself, I'd stick to creating an animated series before the movie, like Sega's Sonic franchise did. That would have been a better idea. And I've never seen the 1986 film that was there before they did a live-action global one. It was a classic animated movie that they did back then that people never talked about. And it feels like it's a Mandela effect. Like, oh, that Shazam is a Mandela effect. And almost everything we know just caused the Mandela effect. Like, who doesn't know what that is? Well, by the way, it's just, I know I'm still, like, talking a lot, but I haven't, like, been in touch with my viewers, and I haven't been in touch with my audience. Sure, I would love to have a fan base, since I kind of feel like I do have fans. I mean, if there's people out there who literally pays attention, then yeah, and they know what I'm talking about, I'm reaching out to the right people of the audience to know what I'm talking about, okay? Even to the ones in Mexico. Bueno, la gente que está hablando es que yo estaba, bueno, yo estaba haciendo videos para agarrar a la gente que son mi gente. Porque no quería perder la gente, porque la gente que no siguen no son mi gente verdadera, no son mi gente. Like, okay, what I wanted to say is that since I'm kind of dealing with things a little bit, since I got no problems, I wanted to reach out to people because the reasons why, I want to reach out to the right people who knows and understands what I'm saying. That I will fight for you. I will become a gamer or a comedian actor or just a comedian and a gamer for you. I'm reaching out to you because I want to feel accepted by everyone, okay? I'm just trying to reach out to people saying that sure I can talk about anything geeky or whatever. Not like that one meme saying geeky. Shut up. Yeah, I just like want to say that since I've seen this YouTube channel Radal, you ever heard of this guy? Yeah, I've seen that one microphone product that he had in one of his other videos. I also seen it on TikTok too. Like, what if I could use that microphone product too? That way people can hear me nice and loud and clear. That way I don't have to be dealing with that one guy on X who, well, Twitter, who literally said I'm an incoherent, insane individual. Well, that guy's an insane, incoherent individual. I don't even know what the word incoherent means. And same with the guy in the YouTube comments when I made a Lethal Company meme that got popular, right? Not popular as the video that he did when I found the Super Mario Bros. Movie figure of Bowser. That was wholesome, dude. At least I found that figure the day before the movie even came out. Or after. I'm glad I found it because I'm still a huge fan of Bowser, okay? I just have this plush and the snapback over here. Yeah, that's my old PlayStation 4 slam. I don't have a PlayStation 5. It's because Ricky's got one. He's got his friends. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous of Ricky. He's basically my nephew that I live with as a roommate, and my cousin, that's his mom. Shout out to Ricky, who basically ended up being mentioned in Punch's video that he previously recorded that I seen. And there's also other streamers on Call of Duty. I can't wait to stream Call of Duty 2, Apex Legends, or Fall Guys, or any games on PlayStation. Yeah, because he's got a digital edition of the PlayStation 5, and it's right there. Like, you can see it clearly. Like, I'm not kidding. You can clearly see it right over there on the right where the screen is. And the funny part is, he also kind of got a monitor. I wish I had a cool monitor like that too, man, but since I'm getting paid early of the beginning of every new month through my stimulus or whatever, so through Social Security, I'm okay. I just want to like have a small business, or should I have a small business on opening a YouTube market so I can actually do my own merch like every other gaming content creator does, right? That sounds like a cool idea. Like I could come up with new plushes, a Funko figure of me, also t-shirts. Like I can come up with t-shirts and hoodies and cool new fashion. Like yeah, I have so many good ideas for somebody to deal with, whoever's the manufacturer of the fabric to make fashion like that for my merch, you know? Same with plushes. Like I thought of something like that too. Like I got so many good ideas for that. But if I can hear the audience that I'm reaching out, same goes to the ones in, well, back in my hometown, Mexico, because I have family in Cuchipila, Zacatecas, in Masquitera Sur. Es para ti, mi familia. And also, I'm kind of hoping like to hear the chant that I'm actually fighting for my rights to become a Hollywood actor. Not for the fame, but for being recognized as an international icon for you guys. I'm actually doing it for you guys. And I can hear somebody chanting, Jose, 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 Jose. Like, come on, bear with me. Jose, Jose, Lopez, Jose, Lopez, or whatever. Like, whatever comes to mind. Like, I can picture being the world's biggest icon and the voice of reason, that I deserve to be awesome, dude. Like, sure, I may be, like, I may be the black sheep of the family and the black sheep of the world because I act different, I think different, and I'm different than everybody else. And the reason why my sister says, how different? I just want to tell her and let her know I'm basically black sheep different. Like, because the way how I was then, when I was like, years later, when I was like 4 or something, I'm starting to feel like I was literally acting different. I think different and I say things that people don't relate to. And it's like, I don't care. It's just, I know. People think I'm different. Like, the reason why, I'm human, not a monster. I just want to fit in. But if I don't fit in, then I could just stand out anyways. All because I'm not, I know I could say mommy says I'm special, but all because I want to say is that I just want to feel like I'm me from the past, you know? Like, I know the past doesn't really matter, but I just want to move on and do things that I want to do for my future to prove that I can actually do something about it. Like, when am I going to get vehicular freedom? Like getting a driver's license so I can finally get my dream car and travel the world, right? I'm still not going to give up on that. I'm just still fighting for it. Like, I'm focusing on it. And it's kind of funny because you remember that one old video that he did on my old TikTok account that I deleted previously? It was like a month ago. I deleted it since March into April. And the funny thing, um, I was kind of slowly losing followers on TikTok and raising followers. It's like they're acting like they're my stock market property. Like, I don't own people like their money. It's just that it doesn't feel like it's worth it. I just want to be me and just say how I feel and do what I want. Sure, I can be like Jim Carrey and shit, but that doesn't stop me, does it? It doesn't stop me. And talk about that moment. Um, yeah, I just want to say that I wanted to put on filters, but I wanted to say that when I started using TikTok back then, when the pandemic happened, it was all good until they kind of changed the terms where you can't use any copyrighted audio no more. And now they finally changed it where we can. But every time I see some like Fortnite related content, if anybody out there who's a kid loving Fortnite, like, please don't get offended over this. I'm just joking about it. And when I saw it, I was like, why fat Nick? I'm not really a Fortnite kind of guy. I'm kind of an Apex Legends guy. I just grew over Fortnite because I'm kind of into like sci-fi battle royale like Apex, and yeah, I just like Call of Duty also, but I haven't even like got in touch with playing Apex more. It's just that I lost touch and track, and I was like, yeah. I just want to be honest to people who are basically obsessively a fan of Fortnite, like Prime Energy, even though it's making the kids feel like they're the target market to waste their parents' credit card. No offense, I just heard about it. And yeah, I wanted to upload some. I wanted to upload some Grand Theft Auto San Andreas videos with some MP3 audio that I use. I used to have a PC or something that I can use to download like audio files. Like, I can use well, I don't want to say it because don't want everybody to find out my secret on how do I get those MP3 audios. I mean, yeah, I use audios, but I haven't had like a video digital app, like a digital video editing app on the phone because I use an iPhone 11. Yeah, I know. Apple's iPhones are pretty cool, but then they're expensive, and then Android's more reliable. Apple's the chum bucket, and Android's the Krusty Krab. You ever seen that meme? Yeah, I've seen that shit. It's kind of ironic and accurate. But yeah. Well, I always wanted to like book a gig here at the concert hall in Wendover, just to know how my comedy's going, so I can actually revive comedy and revive everything to bring back. Bueno, si nadie gusta bueno, si nadie gusta, bueno, bueno, cosa para hacer reír, pero tengo una vida normal, pero yo también quiero hacer una vida más cool. And yeah, I do record this almost an hour long, but I usually record videos that are actually good enough. But if anybody out there who's basically seen my TikTok, that's my new account that I recreated after I deleted my old one. Yeah, I can still do the same old content, but if it doesn't reach out to those people, then they're not really my people to be important. Even if I lose a follower or lose a subscriber or anything in the internet, they're not really my people. They're not really important. And I just found out that there's really the right people that I get. And I actually did pray for a miracle. And look, I'm actually getting the right people that I'm reaching out to be my real people, to be like the real people in my culture who are basically gaming in my culture, who's also funny in my culture, who's also basically the same as me. I mean, it's cool. Yeah. Can you imagine that? That I actually did reach out to the right people and they're basically my kind of people that they follow? Well, I'm glad they actually know what I'm talking about. And any of you out there who's literally watching this video, I hope you get I hope you get a clear message that this whole thing was about why everything's just going down. Because I know my TikTok wasn't getting any views and I'm not getting any much love. I mean, if you guys want to go check out my TikTok account, just go hop on over to TikTok and open up your app and search up Bling Tiger 23. Even though the 8 was there by mistake in the name. Go check that out and check out my content because I know I do want to get some love and appreciation. The videos that I upload got 0 views and it's like, yikes. Now I see why this app feels like it's the bad brain rot. You know what else is a bad brain rot? Well, they say Skibidi Toilet is a bad brain rot because it's like the younger kids' generation of Dora the Explorer with guns. I heard about that in a video that I watched, and it's like, whoa. You just literally described Skibidi Toilet's lore in one video, sitting like nothing. MLG was literally the good brain rot, while that was the bad brain rot. And if you think about it, people on Twitter literally killed Vine. I created my first Vine account and video on there, and nobody know who the fuck I was. It was just crazy. I barely started doing that app, but then after that it got removed. I don't know when it got removed. It was weird. Because Vine was like the good brain rot, and TikTok felt like it's like the new bad brain rot. It's like, oh shit, so we're going through like what's good brain rot and what's bad brain rot now? It's weird. And yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, Vine is the good brain rot, and then TikTok is like the bad brain rot. Usually, you can't even get new people to reach out on that app nowadays. I mean, I kind of reached out a little bit of people, but I'm not reaching out to like a broad of an audience to reach out on my TikTok because I could do the same content that I used to, right? I mean, I can do the same on this website, YouTube. I can do the same too. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, yeah, and about that one video game movie adaptation reboot, like the Super Mario Bros. Film, yeah, that was kind of like a wild trip. I've been reading like X replies and shit, like comments, saying that they're hating on the Mario movie because it's like too much slander. It's not because they're hating on the Mario movie. They're hating on the main movie, not the movie based on the video game franchise. They're just hating on the movie because it's not good enough. Like, the real perspective here is they're not hating on the video game franchise that the movie's based on, mainly. They're just mainly hating on the film because of its terrible writing and criticism. Didn't Shigeru Miyamoto stated his own words that implies the video game, saying that if a video game is rushed and treated poorly, it ends up being an unfinished game where it's unplayable? Yeah, that also applies to his animated reboot too, to critics. I mean, I'm not using it to backfire on him. I'm just saying, like, his movie felt the same way. Like, I loved watching it, but I just love the fact that it's basically a movie based on a video game franchise for the fans. And he didn't say any. Well, he kind of like lied to people a little bit, but I just want to like admit and be honest. It was basically for the fans of that franchise that the movie's based on. They didn't care about the movie. They just care about the franchise that the movie was based on. Same goes to Five Nights at Freddy's, that new one that just came out last year too. It was for the fans. It wasn't for like people who are a fan of movies. It's basically for the fan of. It's like it's for the people who are a fan of video games that the movies are based on. And it's like, huh. I guess that totally makes sense why I have the love of Super Mario, and not for the movie itself. I guess that's why that guy got butthurt. It's funny because people who grew up with video games like Super Mario though ended up watching the movie who are a fan of it. And people who grew up with dolls like Barbie ended up watching Barbie the movie, and nobody refused. And almost some people, like half the population, refused to watch Barbie the movie. And some people who watched the Super Mario Bros. Film went to go watch Barbie, and they know how good it is. And yeah, and then they say Greta Gerwig is like this whole director of the movie Barbie, and they say she's like not direct material. Shocker. I wish I could go see Barbie the movie for myself, even though it released on the same day with Oppenheimer. And the funny thing, the Barbenheimer event, when they called it, literally predicted the new movie that they're coming up called Barbenheimer. They're actually making a movie based off that event that happened when they don't want to release their movies on the same day, which happened, which is Barbenheimer. And the funny thing, I was reading the comments and be like, tell me this can't be real. And one of them are thinking like, if they're gonna do something like that, there's nothing bad about it. What if they bring back that scary movie chemistry in Barbenheimer, like they did with Epic movie, teen movie, and then the sequel, not another teen movie. I think it's the guys that kind of made the Scary Movie franchise, and they're actually reviving the franchise by bringing back the old cast to Scary Movie 6 that they're making. If I would love to be casted in Scary Movie or any other movie that are based on my beloved franchises, like if I would be casted in a movie in my taste of interest of pop culture, I would love to be in it. Like, I'm serious, man. I want to be that guy who wants to portray that character in that movie that I love, that it's based on. Like, I heard about Sly Cooper being like, you guys heard of the classic PS2 Sly Cooper, right? It's like the PlayStation classic that they did. They did on the PS2. Like, I remember the first time I played it, I played the first Sly Cooper was on the PlayStation 2 back in Mexico a long time ago. And then I played Sly Cooper 2, which is like the sequel that I got for my PS2 back then. And I played Sly 3, and then I never played the fourth one, which is pretty cool. And what if they made a movie based on that? Like as an origin story. Like I got an idea for them like that. And then they could turn it into a sequel, but it's a spin-off after that as a series. I got an idea for so many pictures here. I'm cooking up a movie idea for them. Like, just let me cook. And if I could whip up a fresh new movie like Sly Cooper, it could be for Sony Pictures. And it could be telling a good, accurate story based on the video game's lore as an origin story, right? What if I was casted as one of the characters in Sly Cooper? That'd be pretty cool, right? Since, like I never said anything, but I like turtles, and yeah. I like turtles. I could play Bentley, because I'm actually the smart one who's different, right? Or I could be like Murray, whatever. I can play those kind of characters in my person. That suits my character. That literally fits my personality in the Sly Cooper movie if they ever did it, right? That way, if it becomes a big box office success, then it would become a spin-off as an animated series, right? And then if they want to do if they want to do a sequel, they can. Like a movie sequel, that'd be pretty cool. Just like how they did with the Sonic movies. Yeah, those two movies were really good, but didn't get enough money though. I mean, take a look at the freaking charts. Avatar is still at the very top. And Nintendo thought it was a good idea to do an animated reboot that has nothing to do with the games, but that's okay though. I know it had nothing to do with the games. It's just basically about Nintendo's history though. I don't know why they got the director who directed Teen Titans Go. I felt like it got the Teen Titans Go treatment more than the actual like video games itself. I mean, to put it in perspective, to respect Aaron Horvath, I wanted to say that your Teen Titans was originally better, and sadly, I feel bad that he kind of lied to them in the article saying that that Teen Titans had nothing to do with the comics. It had something to do with the comics. Like, it felt like it was kind of lore related. And I read that some people's comments on social media saying that, yeah, that show really did have soul and effort, and it had taken time to make a series based on the actual comics. It had something to like that what to do with the comics, the chemistry, the feel of Teen Titans originally. And sadly, he kind of lied about it when he started directing the Super Mario Bros. Film, where the reason why he didn't have that feel because they were running low on a budget because of the toy line. Sorry, Horvath. Sorry, Aaron. I had to break it to you, but I respect you, but I didn't mean to hurt you, okay? Or anybody who's been watching this video. It's just that if I would be casted in a sequel to that movie, please let me be in it, because I'm also a fan of Super Mario Zero. But if that doesn't happen, I guess I could be casted in a new Sonic spin-off. Like, if I was in a new episode of Knuckles, I would be in it. I'm also a Sonic fan too, though. I mean, I may be a lazy nobody who can't fight for this shit, but I just want everybody to know that I've been ambitious for years, ever since I was moved by the performance of their acting when I was watching TV shows and movies. Kind of like Nicolas Cage, you know? Not to mention, when I saw that video that Jim Carrey stated, dude, that shit literally changed my life. I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of Jim Carrey when I saw The Mask and all. Sorry for that, but yeah, I'm kind of like a huge fan of Jim Carrey, but also a fan of Jack Black. I know my sister doesn't like the guy. I don't even like his ass either. To put it in respect, like the new respect, I like him, but I just don't like him because we all like some celebrities that we can't get along, even though they're beloved to be hated. It doesn't matter. I mean, sure, there's people out there that are hating you and me secretly. It doesn't matter. We can't get along. We're just human. I'm human. I'm not even a fucking monster living in my shell. Well, of course I have the human. Of course I'm a monster in my shell. I'm just like the mighty Bowser because, of course, I'm spoken like a true king, honestly. And if I can't manage to know what's the deal with the Hollywood industries not coming up with better original ideas that are brand new, they're just coming up with the same old non-original ideas. Like, they always like write the same old shit, but they can't come up with something new, and they can't come up with a new series or movie based on a franchise that's not overrated or too mainstream, right? Like, take a look at Popeye the movie. We were gonna get that, an animated one, but it didn't happen because something must have altered the course of reality where it never existed. Same with the Plants vs. Zombies. And yeah. Almost anything that you heard, like, what was the first animated movie or other series that we never got back then that you first heard of back in the 2000s or through 2010s? What was the first thing that came into mind that you heard, but we never got what we want later after that? I mean, what are your thoughts on that, okay? I mean, me, when I didn't notice that, I was watching these bad reviews, even though I'm a huge fan of SpongeBob, because I'm a Tom Kenny fan. Funny thing, I was reading the replies on X before I deleted it months back, and people were criticizing the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the first one. I liked it, but I really love the movie though. Like, I love the franchise. I love SpongeBob. It's like I grew up watching SpongeBob. I'm like part of the SpongeBob gang, like as a culture kind of thing. As a millennial, I don't feel butthurt about anybody who dares say that, oh, I'm like correcting shit. I'm not even correcting anything. Anybody who just ends up being a liberal is just liberalized Karen. It's like, ew. I don't want those kind of people to be negative about, okay? I just have the real freedom here because I am a huge fan of SpongeBob, and yes, and I have seen how bad people were kind of talking about it. It feels like they were just bad criticism, but not really bad. I've seen a picture where people walk into a movie theater, or it's like a sketch art of it's like a comic sketch. People walk into the theater, and then after that, like, it's like the SpongeBob movie, right? It was like before and after. When they walk into the theater to go watch the SpongeBob movie, but then after that, people were literally disappointed. Like, so you're saying the movie was just meh? Nah, I don't think so. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie was peak, man. Real peak. Unlike the movies today, they weren't that peak either. Some of them are, but not all of them. Some movies back then were way more peak. And I say that there's this one picture that they should have done. It's the opposite. The before and after, where people walk into the theater. Like, about the SpongeBob movie. I say people should have left out of it excited. Like, how they did with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Yeah. No one knows that the SpongeBob movie was that good, though. Funny thing about it, that nobody asked for a SpongeBob movie standalone of a SpongeBob movie spin-off for Netflix this year. It was about Sandy. Ironically, they say that nobody asked for it. You're not one of those people that asked for it, but us SpongeBob fans are hoping for it. We did ask for new SpongeBob movies or anything. Since I am a huge fan of SpongeBob, I remember playing SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom one time. That was the best nostalgia until they remastered it. They rehydrated it. Like, it's like the remake of it, like retro remix. Yeah, the fact about people on X, I didn't even reach out the right people, even though it was Twitter. Nobody didn't see what retro remix means. I was using retro remix as a good hashtag and nobody bothered. Like, wow, is everybody just brain dead or something? Because I'm not even criticizing here. I'm just saying, like, what my mind speaks and what my heart is really saying. Like if nobody actually bothered to know what that is, it means that anything that's retro from an era, like an old TV show, a video game, or anything from the media, gets brought back in a modern way with a modern twist to it. That's retro remix. Like an old song from whatever era it is ends up being remixed in a new way. And I've seen that one TikTok video about it. I'm like, wow. That's kind of like how literally pesky boomers being portrayed in liking old songs than the new remixes for us younger generations. Like, can't we just like both old and new songs that are basically the same ones? The old one ends up being remixed. Can't we just like that? And same with freaking video games. Come on. I mean, I'm just not like criticizing anything or whatever. It's just weird. Too weird. Yeah, it feels a little weird, but honestly, I wanted to say, if you guys have seen this video or if you have not been subscribed, don't forget to click that subscribe button. And if you're actually new to the channel, you should go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But sorry, I didn't say that, but sorry for the mix-up. Oh no. I would have been like, oh, attention all shoppers, this customer over here literally mixed up on one of the aisles. Please forgive our employee for messing up one of the products and their price tags being rearranged. Yeah, sorry. I'm just like good at that. Sorry, but yeah, I meant to say that anybody who's like basically new to this channel and haven't subscribed, you should hit that subscribe button. Or if you're actually a good fighter, don't forget to punch that subscribe button. Or just click it, whatever. But if you actually have seen this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and a like. And I'll catch you guys later. Si alguien mira en este video, mi gente en Juchipila, Zacatecas, dale una... y dale una suscribe porque yo también hablo español para mi gente. Y también tengo familia. Y tengo, yo quiero decir algo que tengo una sobrina en Cochipila, Zacatecas, que es el sur, Mezquitera Sur, que parece Jack Black. Like, I'm not kidding. I have a niece in Mexico who looks like Jack Black. She does. Like, when I saw the picture of Jack Black, and then I saw a picture of my niece, I was like, yo, Jack Black and my niece are uncanny. Like, you can't unsee that. And you know that comment that I posted on TikTok about the fact that my niece totally looks like him? I'm not even hating on his ass or joke or hatefully making fun of him. I was just stating that my niece totally looks like him. And they say that my niece, Selene, from Mexico, she's like the younger female, she's like the younger Mexican woman version of Jack Black. Like, she looks exactly like him and she has the same personality like him. And I have a similar personality, similar to like Jim Carrey and Gabriel Iglesias. I can imagine like somebody coming in. So yeah, I think that's all for now. And I hope I make another video. And don't forget that for my subscribers and my viewers, I will still keep that promise for getting a PC or a laptop just to do some gaming content for humor, like funny gaming content as a format, and more of these for you guys. I will do it, and I'm glad I reached out for you guys, and I hope that you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys had a Cinco de Mayo yesterday. And I know yesterday was terrible here in Wendover because of the weather. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great day further on, and I hope you guys have an awesome summer later. I'm gonna be heading out to Arizona, so I'll catch you guys in my next vid. If I don't do any video gaming content, if I don't have a laptop, then that's okay. I'm just gonna like keep on going for it. Think it's 23 out. Bye.